His name is Eminem, a white rapper with the right stuff from the wrong side of the tracks.
Moved around trailer to trailer.
His name is Renegade. Slim Shady, a clever trash-talking fiend, raged, shocked, and offended. His name is Trouble.
Eminem was public enemy #1.
The defendant shall comply with the requirement of alcohol and drug testing.
His name is Lady Killer.
It's amazing to watch the shift between I hate you, Kim, and I love Haley so much.
His name is
Mr. Controversy, Eminem!
Well, I want to thank everybody who could look past the controversy.
This was a guy who was living for every second as if it might be his last.
Lady Killer, Mr. Controversy, Trouble, Slim Shady, Renegade.
There's a speed with which he rhymes, there's a speed with which his mind works. It's a sort of athletic genius.
He embodies all of America, and he crosses every border.
This is the story of Eminem, the True Hollywood story.
I'm sorry, I'm too Hollywood for you right now.
Her life's ambition was to be a star.
Never recovered from the public spot.
1999, America faced an invisible foe labeled the doomsday virus Y2K. Meanwhile, another powerful force loomed on the horizon, M23, better known as Marshal Mathers III, aka Slim Shady, aka Eminem, a hip-hop artist from the inner city who defied every stereotype.
When Eminem first came up, there was no history of white rappers having success and being critically respected. So it was sort of like a white boy who's gonna get respect. Yeah, Columbus, you go sail to America. Yeah, right. Fall off the end of the world. We'll see you later.
Eminem exploded on the scene, acting brash and talking trash. Ironically, the world of rap music didn't even exist when Marshall Mathers was born near Kansas City, Missouri. The date, October 17th, 1972. Marshall's father ditched the family before his son's first birthday. Manager and lawyer Paul Rosenberg.
He was forced to grow up with, a handicap. He didn't have a father. Certainly didn't have a father figure.
M's longtime friend, Proof.
I don't think his father abandoned him, hurt him, or scarred him, because he like, well, everybody don't got no father. It ain't nothing new, you know what I'm saying? But I think he envied people with both mother and father, though.
In 1980, 8-year-old Marshall and his mother, Debbie Mathers, moved to the Motor City. Detroit Free Press columnist Brian McCollum.
I was shuffled back and forth by his mom. Lived with his grandmother at times, moved around house to house, trailer to trailer. Had a childhood that was probably not real stable.
Marshall's surroundings didn't help. He lived on the wrong side of an unmarked border between safety and danger. Racial tensions festered and warring gangs ruled.
8 Mile is a road in Detroit, which is like one of those 2-lane roads with, opposite end traffics divided by an island that just represents the other side of the tracks.
For most kids, life on the streets of this broken-down neighborhood was rough. For Marshall, things only got worse when he went home. His mother had no idea how to support herself, much less a young son.
It's a tough way for someone to grow up.
Throughout the 1980s, Debbie Mathers was kicked out of one shabby trailer park after another. In school, Marshall became the target of bullies. In the 4th grade, he was beaten to a pulp by an older kid and suffered a near-fatal cerebral hemorrhage. Mathers recovered, but felt even more isolated. Marshall retreated into his own world of comic books and TV until his uncle Ronnie Polkinghorne came to the rescue.
He idolized Uncle Ronnie. The reason he was rapping was probably because of Uncle Ronnie.
Through his early teens, Marshall worshipped emerging rap artists like LL Cool J, the Beastie Boys, the Fat Boys, and Run DMC.
He just like, yo dog, without you there'd be no me. And I was like, wow, cool guy.
In the mid-'80s, Marshall began channeling his sound and fury into rap. The young mic controller battled other MCs in local Detroit clubs.
MC battle is, I think I'm better than you, gladiator style, to see who's the top dog at that particular moment.
The rapper soon snagged the attention of local Detroit DJ Bushman.
You can never deny his skills and his battling technique because he would slaughter guys, like just literally slaughter them.
Rappers usually say, I'm great, I'm good. That's what battles are all about. It's all about self-esteem, self-love.
Marshall found a different kind of love with Kim Scott.
Kim and Em met in high school when Em was, I think, 15 years old, and they had gone out ever since. High school sweethearts. Yeah, Joni and Chachi.
They broke up like 3 times a day, but it was still good. You know what I'm saying? They love her. He was in love, I guess.
Marshall had a new girlfriend and was enjoying some success in local rap battles. But at home, the situation became desperate. To help pay the bills, Mathers took a job as a short-order cook at a lodge in nearby St. Clair Shores. Restaurant manager Linda Flip Ulrich.
When his mother would call here, I don't really know if she was harassing him or that she always had a problem that she wanted him to attend to and stop what he was doing and fix. And when you're at a place of employment, it's just not easy to do. She depended on him instead of him depending on her.
He's one of these guys who has never had an option in his life to back down. He has to fight back. He has no choice.
In 1986, Debbie Mathers had a second son, Nathan, and Marshall had another mouth to feed. With barely any support, something had to give, and it did. The kid from the wrong side of 8 Mile failed 9th grade 3 times. Teacher, Robert Blair.
I said, when you're 25, what would you like to do? And he looked at me without flinching. His eyes got big, and he says, I want to rap. Kind of caught me by surprise, and took a deep breath, and I said, well, go for it. And little did I know that I was going to be talking to the #1 rapper in the world at that time.
Marshall formed a rap group called Basement Productions.
They would record demos in a basement, and I think perform them at high school talent shows or in other basements.
And we did something for, I think it was 96.3 at the time. They had a night on the weekends where you could record your little demo and then play a demo for you.
We had a talent show that year, and Marshall was in it with one of his friends, and they were doing a rap together. Had I only known.
He felt like, I don't need high school to be a rapper. Proof, why are you going to school? We're rappers. Drop out. Don't go to school. We're going to be rappers. That's his words exactly.
In 1989, Marshall Mathers III dropped out of school to chase his dream. Coming up, a bum rap at the Olympics.
He was really down and out. The prize was $500, and he needed the money.
And later.
It's no secret that Eminem has an unbridled love affair with drugs.
Ignored by his father, neglected by his mother, and harassed by his peers, the kid who would rattle the music world as Eminem grew up an outcast. But in the late 1980s, Marshall Mathers was adopted by the Detroit hip-hop community, a club nobody messed with.
Hip-hop is birthed out of pain, out of the harsh realities of the streets and crack sales and drugs. And in that pain that we suffer, we come out on top.
By 1987, 15-year-old Marshall began fanatically honing his rapper skills.
Yeah, we heard him rapping in the kitchen. He used to sing songs. We used to hear demo tapes long before he had a record deal.
In home life was basically in his room writing raps, listening to C.O. Smooth, Grand Puma back in the day, Church from Naughty by Nature, or drawing rappers or females naked. Female rappers naked.
Every up-and-coming rapper needs a catchy name, and Marshall's was a stroke of pure genius.
Eminem is simply his initials, Marshall Mathers, and he was smart enough at the time to figure out that he wouldn't want to get sued by a certain candy company, so he spelled it out phonetically. The backwards E is basically an eye chart font.
Marshall had a new name, but in early 1993, he lost an old friend. Uncle Ronnie committed suicide. Eminem was too distraught to attend the funeral.
I remember the impact of him dying and him going to the studio and recording a song called Troublemaker. The song explained to his family like nobody listened to him when he was crying for help all the time.
Then things began looking up. Em met the producing team of Marky and Jeff Bass.
I can honestly say they made Em a perfectionist by giving him studio time for him to hone his skills in.
For an aspiring artist, particularly a rapper, to have someone interested in you and give you studio time is everything.
During these sessions, Eminem dreamed up his rapper alter ego, a diabolical fiend named Slim Shady.
Em said he went home and as crude as it sounds, he was sitting on the toilet and somehow thought of this name Slim Shady.
In 1995, Em and Slim joined forces with an all-star posse of local Detroit rappers, the Dirty Dozen, aka D12.
they formed the pact. All right, well, you know, if I blow up first, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to get all you guys signed. So D12 technically stands for Dirty Dozen. And there's 6 guys, and each one has an alter ego, which makes up for the dozen.
D12 Swifty sensed Eminem was in a class by himself.
Man, the way he put syllables together, you know what I'm saying, was extraordinary. You know, he ain't letting that one syllable slide. I told everybody in the hood, I'm like, listen to this, listen to this.
Meanwhile, M had something more than music to think about. He was feuding with his girlfriend, Kim Scott, who announced she was having M's baby.